All right. All right, guys. Um, once again, I'm not as prepared as I want to be, but it is what it is. I don't know why it happens, but we are here on Tuesday night. I did send out a text to some people. So I'll give some people a little bit to get on before I get too in depth of my stuff. Welcome everybody to our video. Whether you're watching this live or recorded, thank you for coming and watching the video. We are on not only on Facebook, okay, but we are on YouTube. I'm going to do more with this video right now. For myself, I'm trying to create a consistency of that we're on every week. Pretty sure we're going to stick with Tuesdays. We may move a day some weeks, but the goal is right now for me to just be consistent with once a week. And then I really still want to add video and stuff like that. I want to add more information. I'm going to be adding for vendors. I'm going to be doing some internal live meetings and stuff like that. So if you're a vendor of mine, make sure I have your current information and then stuff that I want to share. That's more of kind of a background, trending and different things like that. So anyway, and thanks Mark for stopping by, coming out. Thanks Tony for coming out, and thank you Mike and Margaret for coming out. Say hey, what's up? Thank you. You'll see I got a new statue here, the Bane. Picked that up in Bradenton from Jeff, who also I got the Poison Ivy one over there from. Let's see. This I got in Jacksonville. This is you don't see too often. It's kind of like a Cannonball Run. Let's see. Lamborghini Countach. All right. So I cleaned this up. I mean, I've still got a mess in here, but So today I've been working on shows. I'm working on the schedule a lot. I've spent a lot of time. I need to do this a lot earlier. Yeah, no problem. Andy, we'll see you in Tampa. Okay. I did just get approval for you for Port St. Lucie. Andy Gonzalez is the chocolate fudge and chocolate guy. Can't think of. I don't have the names in front of me right now. But if you want to post it, I will show it. But they will be with us in Tampa with a big spread and all that great stuff. We love having them there. But going back to what I was saying is I'm in full now. I should do this a lot earlier in the year, okay? But because of the amount of shows that we're doing in other people's schedules and just in general holidays and stuff like that and school openings and all that, I guess I get a little bit behind. So I'm in full trying to nail down all the dates for this next year. And so I'll get to that in just a minute. But I'm going to just kind of recap Kissimmee and then where we're going to go with Orlando next year. So we had a pretty good show, I think, in Kissimmee. There was a card game, I think a Magic card game or something in the larger space. And again, I think the other space was empty. We could have taken that, okay? We were told that like 200 people were showing up for this other thing, and then to play cards all day, basically, or play the card game all day. And then the other space, I think, was empty. We could have taken that, and I'm sure I could have filled it with vendors. But they told me that if I did that they were going to charge customers $15 to park, and I didn't like that. And so now the other thing with Osceola Heritage Park, Very, the people that are running the place and running our show, they've been, I would say, some of the best. I would say I would put them in the 1 or 2 slot as far as having the room set up right, having the right tables, having the map correct, because I'm very particular about that. And but my major issue out there with the Osceola Heritage Park is there's no hotel to put guests. I mean, all the hotels around there are just they're okay. They're not somewhere where I'm gonna try to fly somebody in and put them up in a hotel. There really isn't some nice hotels out there where guests, as in, celebrity guests, can stay. Something I would recommend to you, the customer, or and then also, you know, what I'm just trying to think here, just vendors and stuff. It's so they have the space to have a 2-day show and all that, but the reality is that it's not conducive for it as far as hotels and everything. They do have that big Mecum auctions in January, but I think a lot of people stay in their motorhomes and stuff out there. So that's what I'm guessing. But it is a nice facility, and they are very nice. I'm not really sure. Unfortunately, they were, even though we've been going there for 5 years, and yeah, we have the smaller room, but that's because of the wackiness. When we try to go to the bigger room, they throw some wrenches in, and we've been pretty good having the smaller space there, and people, yeah, it should be bigger, and we're ready to go bigger. So we're gonna do that next year. We're gonna change it up. Part of it is necessity because the lady booked the full rooms for the dates that we normally have had for the last 4 or 5 years, and we could again get the smaller room, but there would be $15 parking. Now I don't feel like, for that small of a show, a space, and everything involved, I'm gonna move on and find something else for that time period. So what we're gonna do, I think now I'm gonna come back. I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna be looking at. It's not finalized yet. Okay, it's just in the. So I did get a quote today from the DoubleTree. What I did is I wanted to get how this happened so people don't think that I love my friend Mikey out there. He's in New York, so I'm sure he's not watching this, but at New York Comic Con. But he has Ranger Stop there at the DoubleTree. I've been there. It's a nice, I've been there for a couple different events. It's a pretty nice location. Other people have used it. It's not the cheapest in the world, but it's also not that much more than what we've been paying at Avanti or other locations. So I'm going to consider this what I had originally wanted. What I had originally wanted to go with was there's an Embassy Suites, which I still haven't looked at. That's down the road from the Heritage Park. And they have a 14,000 square foot ballroom. So I have been wanting to go there, but the dates just haven't worked out. But what I did is I put like a feeler out to all these Hiltons. That's where I started. And so one of the ones that have gotten back to me with the dates that I want is the DoubleTree. Now the other one that did get back to me is a Disney area, Disney Springs property. I don't know. The parking seemed fine there and everything, but I just don't know if that's a great. I think that would be great for like a Star Wars show or something like that. So I am going to be asking around of vendors how interested in a show at the DoubleTree that they would want to be. Now, here's the thing that we would have to do, and I'm talking about next March for this. The reason why I'm bringing this up now is instead of, is because I'm already talking about Kissimmee, and normally Kissimmee we would do March and and an October event. And you might act, yeah, Darth Fury. Yep, yeah, that's. But you might be saying, why aren't you going back to Avanti? And I don't. We don't. I don't. I don't say I'm not going back to Avanti, but right now, Avanti bumped me on the January date, and I did send out an email to ask them for other dates and gave them some ideas, and I haven't heard from them. So I can't. And then the management has changed again, so it's basically changed annually at Avanti. The other problem with Avanti is that the parking is basically it's either okay or crap or whatever. So I'm ready to try something else. Okay. Now, the problem, not the problem, but the main thing about and I'm just going to bring it up again here, DoubleTree, okay, is this hotel and even the Avanti, it is a little bit more than Avanti. So it really comes down to what do vendors want to do. I mean, we haven't had a 2-day show in Orlando in I would say 3 years at least. Okay. And I think that was right after a hurricane. Okay. Huh?
Right after Ian.
I think it was 22, right?
Yeah.
So we haven't had a 2-day show in Orlando since 22. Now, could we do a 1-day show? Could we do a 1-day show there? Yes, guys, we can do a 1-day show, but it's going to be, it's going to be expensive. Okay. It's going to be, it's going to be in the same similar range as Avanti. It's just that, we could do a 2-day show for a little bit more, because I could probably, when you're doing a 1-day show and you're just getting the ballroom, okay, there's not a lot of negotiation there. Okay, we can beat them up a little bit on price, but the reality is they're not doing food guarantees, they're not doing room guarantees. They haven't thrown that in a quote, at least that I can see. But a lot of these hotels that are nicer, that's what they want. Like the Disney one, the Disney Springs area one, they want room guarantees. They're going to want food guarantees. There's ways to get around that, but so the reality is once you give them a 2-day show, okay, once you give them a 2-day show, now we can negotiate some things, because now you guys are going to stay there. Vendors are going to stay there. We can bring in celebrity guests. It doesn't make any sense to bring in guests for a 1-day show. Okay. So, because by the time you fly them in, you put them up in the hotel, they only have 6 hours. I know that I have brought in guests, but that's because I've had a really great deal, or I haven't had a guarantee or something like that, where it's easy to bring people in. Okay. Yeah, I haven't. That's a good Archie there. That's a good thing to try. I think I have contacted them before. I'm also looking at we're going to do more than one Orlando show. So, but thanks for mentioning that. I haven't had a chance to hit up a lot of hotels yet. I've been, busy the last, we did 4 shows in 5 weeks, I think was something like that. So we had out of 5 weeks, we did 4 shows. We had 1 weekend off. And then now we have roughly 2 weeks off and then a show. So I really haven't had a huge amount of time to hit up all these new hotels. So but that is a great point there, Archie. Okay. So I'm just saying that, I may contact you about your opinion on the the DoubleTree or something like that. Yeah. So, okay. So let's go into our next show, which is Port St. Lucie in October 26th. We are going to have, I don't expect to have any guests for that, but we are going to have our friend, let me make sure I'm getting his name correct there. We're going to have our friend here that lives down there. He's going to be bringing in some statues. Mac McDermott. He's going to be bringing in like a bunch of old movie stuff. monster movie stuff. I'm looking at it as I don't have pictures. Well, I may share it with you, but like Creature from the Black Lagoon statue, stuff like that, that we're gonna, stuff I don't have access to or I don't own or anything. Cool old monster stuff that like that he's gonna have. They're gonna be set up to take photos and stuff like that. Let me just get back to where. And so we're gonna have that. We're gonna have a bunch of new vendors there. There's some people. It's not gonna be the same vendors as May. Gonna have a few. Mark will be there, and a couple other people will be there, and again, yeah, thanks there for. Oh yeah, you were there, and you'll be there, and then oh, okay, cool. Yeah, just hit me up there. I'm looking to expand out, so we're going to be going to the Panhandle hopefully this next year. I just haven't nailed down when and where that's going to be. But anyway, this is our next show. Let me go and change this to the schedule. So okay, so the next show is about almost 3 weeks away, not quite. Down there at the Polish Club in Port St. Lucie. We'll be down there on Sunday the 26th. And then right after that, we're going to be back in Tampa. This is our the show that we started with in 2020. Same weekend, basically. We've been doing it. This may change after this year, but right now, this is, because we'll see. I mean, last year's was pretty good. I don't have any guests to announce for that show right now. It's going to be our fall show. We'll have it set up, as our, holiday, kind of our holiday thing, even though you see that we have Santa's gift show, which I'm going to talk about here in a minute. Tomorrow, I'm going to go through all the maps because we did have to move this show. Tomorrow, I'm going to go through all the maps, and we're going to have, I'll be posting this show, South Florida Collector Fest, so I can get the ads running and everything. But this would be our fall Polish Club show. And then the major show that I'm going to talk about tonight is I'm going to talk a little bit about these other ones too, but the Santa Super Gift Show. Now you notice here, it's the weekend before Christmas. So let me go ahead and talk a little bit about that. I'm going to go ahead and remove that and bring me back. So, all right. Now, this gift show I've been talking about for probably 2 years. Last year, the year before, I came up with this idea of the gift show. And, yeah, Gift-O-Rama, I think is what I originally called it. So when I started this, and I'll try to make this quick, but when I started this, the whole Florida Toy Shows thing, I thought that Christmas was going to be the greatest time to have a toy show. And I created the show the week after Black Friday or the weekend, not the weekend of Black Friday, but the weekend after that. So like the 8th or something. And I didn't, we didn't have that great of a turnout. And after we had 2 good shows before that, and then I tried it again in 2020. And again, it was down. So I decided that what I believe is that our customers are coming to buy for themselves. So as you get later in the, they're buying for their collections. They're not buying gifts. They're buying for somebody else. So whereas the further you get, I think customers want to buy gifts. So this is why we haven't had a show in, the South Pole Gifting Show. I think I like my name better. Okay. I'm just going to say. So anyway, so I just feel like, so that's why we haven't had a December show. So, but I want to do a December show, and I'm a big Christmas guy. And so what I thought was, hey, and vendors want a show in December, but I don't want to have so what I come up with is the Gift-O-Rama or the gift show, or in this case, is going to be called Santa's Super Gift Show. Okay, now what is that and why is it 2 days? Well, the first of all, I'm going to say why is it 2 days? Okay, well, Santa Super Gift Show, what is it? Okay, it's a gift, exactly what it says, gift show. It's a so not only will we have toys, okay, new, hopefully, we'll have some antiques, some vintage stuff too, but the idea is to have some is to have packaged toys, stuff that so it's not just a toy show, okay? It's not just a toy and collectible show, but it's also going to be other vendors that I don't normally approve, because handmade stuff and different things like that. And then gifts, we're going to have gift wrapping. The hope is, the plan is, this is why I haven't done it yet, is because I want to have gift wrapping there. So if people buy stuff there, I want they can have the gifts wrapped, so that, because guys, I think anybody really, but I know me, if I buy something, I want it wrapped. I don't want to wrap it, and then we have people that love to wrap. So maybe we can get some help there. But so it'll be different kinds of vendors, not just toys. It'll be again, still, I still like this toy focus or whatever. We are going to bring in a couple of guests. Today I spent time talking to Scott Schwartz, who is the pole guy in A Christmas Story. He hasn't been here in a while, so I'm friends with him, and he hasn't been to one of our shows in a few years now. I think that was also
last show he was at was
21, I think. Huh?
No, he was at our first March West Palm show.
Oh no, it was an October one. Okay, he was at our last one. He was in was yeah, that's a good idea. But see, this is why I need some time. This is gonna take some work. Okay, guys, and
so we need volunteers.
yeah, so we're gonna end up with needing volunteers and stuff. Now, the other reason why this is a 2-day show is you can't put on a show like this without decoration. Okay, if to do this on a 1-day show, it's just man, it's just, there's a lot of work involved in filling the space, doing the decoration, doing decoration so people come out and they feel like it's a Super Santa show, and then at the same time, so you got decoration, you got gift wrap, you got volunteers, you got this it could be very cool. What, Lisa?
Bag check.
Yeah, having a bag check, having a lot of these cool things that we'd like to do for this rap vanilla ice.
Take pictures with the kids.
Okay, so we're gonna end up having a couple of guests. I know Scott Schwartz, he's only going to be there on Sunday. He'll be Sunday only for a few hours. And then on Saturday, I'm working on getting another guest for that. Plus, I'm also hoping to have a Santa. I can do that, I guess, but I don't plan on doing that.
We need someone that can come in.
Yeah, don't shush, okay? Don't you that's not for us to share right now, okay? There's lots of work involved in this, guys, but the date is confirmed with RP funding. We're going to have the similar space that we have let's say this last August. It's going to be the exact same space, but it's going to be decorated. They do have a theater show, the Nutcracker or something there, but other than that, they don't have anything going on. I'm going to check some other things, and then I'm going to be putting it out there now. So again, it'll be for toy vendors, but keep in mind, it's going to be more like a gift show. And the goal is, I think that this is going to bring in more people. And we're going to have, I understand it's different, but anyway, it's what we're planning on doing. Okay. On the, in December, because we've had people that want us to do a show in December and all that. All right, now
Grinch fellas.
where Grinch?
You're a Grinch.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Grinch Claus? What the hell? All right, whatever. Anyway, Grinch Claus. Anyway, all right. Okay, so we are Tampa. So let me talk a little bit about the tables and stuff like that. Okay, Port St. Lucie's coming up. I think if you're interested in this and you're not signed up, I might have 1 or 2 tables left. And that's it. They're going to be, I can't believe I'm saying this, but the tables I have, I think are walls actually, but they're in the second room and stuff like that. So that's all I have left. And then in the Tampa show, I do have tables left. I do believe Kaz is coming, but I'm going to check. I am going to be setting up. In Tampa. Okay. So some of you know I'm working on getting, I'm going to call it a promo vehicle for the shows. Eye roll. I don't see any eye roll icons here. Okay. Anyway, so we're gonna. So my wife and me are planning on setting up. We don't set up. This is the one place where we can set up because our daughter and son-in-law can run the front for us. But I'm going to be setting up. I'm going to be bringing a lot of stuff, guys. I think. I mean, I'm planning on bringing a lot of stuff. I am out of room. I know you don't really only see this kind of amount of space, but I'm going to plan on bringing out a bunch of stuff because I mean, Mark and a bunch of the other guys, they bring great items and all that, but and they'll continue to bring great items. But this is like going to be maybe the one time once every couple of years that I bring out, items. So I'm working on something. I have a goal. And so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to sell some things that I just think I can get again if I really want to. But I haven't figured it all out yet. But I am going to be we are going to be set up. I'm going to have our friend Tony is giving up his 10 by 20. Oh, cool. You did. Kaz is confirmed. Cool. Okay. He's going to go to the wall space that I had a couple years ago, and then I'm probably going to take his space, and I'm going to have maybe some statues. I'm going to have some hot toys. I'm going to have some vintage Star Wars. I'm going to have stompers. I'm going to have video games. I'm going to have Transformers. I'm going to have Voltron. I'm going to have all of those and more. Okay. So I'm going to have a lot of stuff. Again, it's not really, it's just, I don't have to sell anything. I'm just doing it because I'm wanting to get something bigger. And I'm trying to do it by my birthday at the end of the year. And technically, technically January is like a 30th anniversary of my first original business. So something that I'm working on. So I've shared this on my personal page. So if you guys go to my personal page, you'll see, I posted a couple weeks ago. And then if I get it, then you'll definitely see it. So anyway, all right. Okay, I don't know anything about a Voltron movie. Okay, so again, I've got a few tables in Tampa left. I'm going to be posting the West Palm. I might have a couple tables in West Palm because I had a couple cancellations due to the date change. Just to go into next year after the gift show, the Collector Fest here for Lake Worth. Right now, I was originally thinking about maybe moving that to the 4th because the Coral Springs had it open, but she hasn't gotten back to me. Some of these hotels are just, they take so long to get back to you that, you just give up. You really gotta, anyway, I get frustrated with the people that work at these hotels because it's like, just tell me yes or no, man. Like, you don't have to give me a price. Just say the date is available or it's not. That's it. And so I get really frustrated sometimes. Fort Myers is going to be going up here in the next, and then Daytona, that is happening. That is happening. Yes. Daytona is happening at the same time as the 24-hour. That was the date. This date may change again because I was working on the contract with them, and then I found out that they booked another show, like some card show, the same weekend. So I'm not really that thrilled right now with this. So we are doing a Daytona show. And it most likely will be in January. It's screwed up. Okay. The contract is already handled for Space Coast. We'll probably be there twice again next year. And then the Bradenton, Sarasota, this may be in Sarasota because the building, I think I mentioned this last week, the Sarasota Municipal Auditorium is going to be under construction for over a year. And basically, if the last date that we can get in there would be like mid-March. So I just need to get the pricing, make sure it's the same as the city was charging, and then we'll go ahead and do that. And then if that is the case, then Bradenton would just get pushed to May, which is our normal Sarasota date. That would be our next Bradenton show and it will be with the farmers market. That's kind of what I did. She gave me a schedule of the farmers market. So I'm working on a lot, guys, trying to get some shows going here. Let's see. Early Sarasota show. Yeah. Well, again, it's the municipal. I hope it's the right date, but municipal auditorium time period. Let's see. Let's go and look at some comments here. I don't know if it's a good plan. With eye roll sister over here. Let's see. Oh, JD, great! And it looks like you're on YouTube. Thanks for joining us. Mr. Fury, I love your son, Darth Fury. I love that. Was funny. Bill will be back. He was in Kissimmee. He's back with his Godzillas and all that stuff. Thanks a lot. This is the Bane, not the Hulk. He ended up selling the Hulk. I was going to get the Hulk, but I just, anyway, I had a choice between this one and the Hulk, but I saw this at MegaCon. This thing is heavy. I want to show it to you guys, but it's a beast. He's got like this wire thing. It looks like there's liquid in there. Yeah. Okay. I'm not going to move it. This thing is freaking heavy. Okay. And let's see. We talked about hotels and okay. He may have mentioned that. I just see the he's talking about William here is talking about the Port St. Lucie show. He'll probably have that and a statue and the Creature from the Black Lagoon one. Let's see. Anything else here? Courtney. Holy smokes. Courtney's on here? Man, when are we getting Courtney back here? Bill and his bullhorn. He's open. All right, guys. So you're gonna see some updates. In the next couple days, I'm gonna do some traveling in between shows here. I'm working on Ocala also. I don't know if that's gonna happen before June. But I'm talking to a newer person up there. And then let's just see. So we've got a lot of dates that I'm working on and stuff. So anyway, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. And we're working on Tampa. And again, tomorrow, probably tomorrow morning or so, the West Palm show for the 9th will go online. I have maybe a couple tables that are available. but most of it is still sold out. So, there's a couple people that bailed, but due to the date change, but basically it's ready to go. All right. Okay. And William will be back. Oh, you're leaving for Florida tomorrow. Awesome. Oh, awesome. Okay. Yeah. William is our snowbird vendor. He was just at a big video game show and up there in Ohio and stuff like that. So, all right, guys, have a good week. Have a great have a great weekend. If I don't see you, and enjoy. Okay. Talk to you guys soon. Again, have a great week. Bye now.